Hello, my friends. Let's walk out into the yard. Back during the heavy winds in December, the whole house shook while I was sitting at my desk, and I got up and went running to the window and saw that a tree had fallen. This is a tree that I'm so grateful to have down and not on someone's fence or someone's house. The compost is looking good, and it did exactly what I wanted it to. This used to be a semicircle of complete logs, and they have now decayed into the ground. It's going to be really rich soil. There he goes. Hey everybody, it is Lynn here at A Bit of Birdsong Creative. I do a lot of paper arts and junk journals, art journals. I also love to reuse things to create art. I've done that for a long time and it makes me very happy. So today's video, as you saw in the beginning, is dedicated to lemon chicken. So these 5 chickens that lived next door to us, we've known them since they came home as little tiny chicks, and we got to share in the excitement of this family getting 5 little chickens and, watching them grow up. They dig up my mulch sometimes. They like to scratch around my plants, but the benefits of us having them almost as pets totally outweighs that. And we've just grown really attached to all of them. So let me tell you, it was in December. I don't remember which day. And sorry, I've got a hair on my face. I don't remember which day in December, but it was late at night. Jason and I stay up late, and I had gotten up to make sure that everything in the back was good. The porch lights, we have string lights. And when I opened the door, I could hear the chickens just squawking, almost screaming. I looked at Jason and I said, something's got the chickens. So I grabbed my boots and ran out without a moment's hesitation. He grabbed a flashlight and came out after me. I think the fact that we ran out saved one of the chickens, but it's pitch black. It's very late, like early morning hours, and I knew the chickens should not be out at that time. They're usually in their little house, their chicken house. So I went running out, and I could see in the faint moonlight that we had that night one of the white chickens. And this one was the one they call Lion. So Lion was petrified. She was absolutely terrified. She had just balled up in a ball under some shrubs. And she's usually the most timid in the crowd, I would say. But she let me go right up to her, and I picked her up and put her in my arms, and she tucked her head into my arms. And so we started walking around, and I called out to Jason. He had the flashlight. He was actually trying to get in touch with our neighbors. And I said, oh no, Jason, come here. I found one of the chickens. It was hard to tell in the evening, the middle of the night darkness, which chicken I had and which chicken I found. It was another white chicken, and there had been 2 white chickens, and it had been killed. And we think it was a raccoon because just the head had been attacked. And I just felt heartbroken. I mean, and we were trying to find the other 3 chickens. We never found them that night. So I was holding one, 3 had disappeared, 1 was dead in the yard. And we found out later when everything settled and daylight rolled around, that it had been Lemon chicken that had met her demise. And Lemon was just one of the pets. She was one of our favorites. Had these big fluffy legs, and every time we went out, she would come running across the yard, and the feathers just flying around her legs. So, the other 3 chickens did come back once it was daylight. I guess they hid all night, and it was completely an oversight. These chickens are well cared for. They have the cutest little house. It was just one of those things where nobody remembered to put the chickens away. And when you have multiple people in a family, you think they did it. And it was just an oversight. It happens. And even my mom lives out in the country, and she has chickens, and if an owl or a raccoon or a fox or a dog or a bear doesn't get chickens when they're loose. Sometimes big snakes can get into the chicken house, so they're not always safe, even if they are closed up. Anyway, yes, this video is dedicated to little lemon chicken, and I wanted to update you all on that. But let's switch to the desk view because I want to show you this adorable Happy Mail that I received from my friend Valerie. She is so talented. She makes several different things. Now, I know when she was really young, she had a book published. So she's just a creative. She's always been a creative. And she crochets. She does the beautiful cup cozies. But in addition to that, and by the way, this one is a little Alice in Wonderland cup cozy. Look at the blue and the cute little face and the black bow. So I love this. Valerie, I love this. And especially that it's from you. But she makes, in addition to these, actual little figures and creatures and things that have shape. I've shown you these before, I believe. She made this beautiful mushroom. Just look at the work in that. And then this adorable little Peter Rabbit. And she also sent me a string of, it's like a little Easter garland. So I will be putting that up at Easter time. But she also does things that are in shapes. And then she started making junk journals, which they're absolutely beautiful. And she also, one of my favorites is the primitives that she makes. She does a lot of primitives for different holidays. So I'm going to put the link to her shop right here so you can see it. And it will also be in the description. She sent this beautiful card. It says vintage text message. Has a beautiful message inside. Look at this little tag. How long is forever? Sometimes just 1 second. And I love that. These are, you can wash these on gentle cycle and then dry them flat. You don't want to iron them, of course, because these little plastic, the eyes or whatever. And she sent me a beautiful little garden book. This is absolutely perfect because one of my goals in 2023 is to make this yard that is mine more of my own. But one of my goals in 2023 is to believe this sweet man that is my mate, my partner, my fiance, when he tells me this place is mine. He says, Lynn, it's yours. Do what you want to. Do whatever you want to. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do more planting this year. I have some ideas for putting little trees out in the back to give us even more privacy than we already have. They're not going to be huge 40-foot trees. I want something that doesn't get quite so high that will give us like a hedgerow, sort of. I want to plant more flowers and I want to have so many that if the deer eat some, it's not going to make a big difference. So this little garden book is perfect. And Valerie, I appreciate this more than I can say. I'm going to close because I'm going to be bad and go eat some junk food. I have some points at McDonald's. And yes, I have the McDonald's app. I have some points that are going to expire soon. So I'm going to ride over there and probably get a little cheeseburger and maybe a frappe or a coffee or something. And or maybe a sweet tea. I do like that. And then I'm going to go get some things to start decorating for Valentine's Day. And I will be back really soon. I promise I have not forgotten about the tutorial for the mini journal. Also, one of you requested a journal cover, like my November journal. I'm going to do that. And I also have some new fun packs that are almost ready. Several of you have asked about that. So if you happen to see this little quip here, this comment, and you're one of the ones, definitely, if you want to, leave a comment and say I'm one of the ones who wants one. You're still not obligated, but it lets me know how many I can list without worrying about somebody not getting theirs. So I've got to also make my journal, my January journal with my fun pack. I already have things ready to go into that journal, but I haven't made it yet. So I'm going to go. Bye for now. I will be back really soon. I love you all. Thank you for being here. It means the world to me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.